So I'm going to show you how to knit the border of the Afghan 2023. So you'll just have finished clue 8. So this is clue 8 right here. And then you're ready to start the border. So the first thing in the border that you are going to do is you're going to knit across this first row. I've already done it. So I'm going to use the same yarn as I used to knit the Afghan. So I already knit across, and if you are going to change your yarn color, you'll do the same thing. You will knit across, and then you'll leave your ball of yarn at the end of the row. So to get started, I don't want to start the border at the corner. So what you're going to do is you're going to slip the first approximately 15 stitches onto a stitch holder. Okay, so I have placed 15 stitches onto a stitch holder, and now I'm going to cast on some stitches to start working the border. So we're going to work the border parallel to our Afghan. So we need another ball of yarn, and then I'm going to use my circular needles here that I've been using for my Afghan, and I am going to cast on the acquired amount of stitches. So first, what you can do is you can attach this yarn to the first stitch if you want, or to the Afghan. I should have had a tapestry needle, be a little bit easier. But I'm just gonna put it through there. And then I'm gonna take my yarn here and I'm gonna cast on some stitches. Okay, so using this first stitch here, I'm going to just do a cast on. I'm gonna pull it through and I'm gonna twist it around, and there's my first stitch. And I'm going to cast on as many stitches as I need in the pattern. So you put your needle through the stitch. We're going to grab the working yarn and we're going to pull it through. Then we're going to give it a twist and put the left needle in through it backwards. Okay, I'll do that a couple more times so you can see. Pull it through, give it a twist, and put it through backwards. Now you can also do this cast on provisionally if you want, because we are going to be joining the border at the end when we come back to this cast on row. But I prefer to just do the cast on this way. So as you can see, I've completed the cast on. So these are the stitches I'm going to be working with to knit the border, and it's going to be parallel to my Afghan. And then I'm going to attach these stitches to the border with a purl 2 together or a purl 3 together, depending where I am on the pattern. And we want to keep the gauge the same, so that's why we need to use a purl 3 together as well. So the first row, where the first stitch is normally slipped, but because we're just starting, we are going to knit that stitch. And then we were going to work the stitches in our pattern as the pattern says. So we're going to, first one is a C2F. And then we'll continue on these stitches like it says in the pattern for the first row. So I've just completed the first row of the border, but I'm at the last stitch, and the last stitch for row 1 is a purl 2 together. So this is where I'm going to attach my cast on stitches to my Afghan. So I'm going to purl these two together, these 2 stitches, and then I'm actually going to turn. So we're going to turn now and we're going to work the back row of the border, or the wrong side row. Okay, so now that we have worked the wrong side row, we are going to now turn again, and we are going to work row 3 of the border. So following the instructions in the pattern, you will work across row 3. And at the end of row 3, we are going to do another purl 2 together to connect the border to our Afghan. And then we will turn again. And then we'll work the wrong side. So I've done a few rows to show you what the border looks like. And as you can tell here, we are working parallel to the stitches on the top of the Afghan. And we're going to continue working this way all the way across. And I wanted to show you on this row here, we need to do a purl 3 together to keep our gauge right. So we're going to purl the next 3 stitches together to attach this border to the Afghan, like so. And then we're going to turn again. So this is all explained in the pattern, how often you do your purl 3s together instead of purl 2 together. And then we're going to work this all the way across to almost the corner. And then I will have another video tutorial to show you how you will work the corner.